do it.
Here we go with that radio mofo, starring Mikey K. He was a DJ back in the day, but they wouldn't let him be on old 93, so it's on the podcasting, the FCC.
How have we not got a cease and desist order yet from that theme song?
It's been a while.
But well, that's a completely original creation. We can't get in trouble for that.
No, but we're just like name dropping people that don't like us anymore. It's like, how soon till Ring Boy sends a cease and desist order or something?
Well, see, that's why I said old 93. I never actually specify anybody in specific. So
I've got plenty of experience with attorneys, so I could probably find one.
yeah, well, and that's why when I write the copy for our sock ad, we're actually going to go with Des Moines Trading Company, because that'll.
Yeah.
The Des Moines Trading Company.
This opener or this episode sponsored to us by, or sponsored by,
the Des Moines Trading Company cocksock. I didn't get the copy written. I'll get to it then.
So
Comfortable and absorbent. Warm in the winter, but cooling to the touch.
we're only gonna actually run ads
Moisture wicking.
We're only gonna run ads
That's
for
what
it
we
at
don't-
like 10 o'clock at night.
Moisture.
Yeah.
Our
Here
synthetic
with the
wool.
Grand Slam. Nice.
This synthetic wool breathes. Moisture wicking. The softest thing you'll ever come inside. Des Moines Trading Company cocksock.
Or go for the premium product, the alpaca.
The pack.
You would not
Might
believe
be
how
out of-
expensive alpaca socks are.
Yeah, that would be out of my price range. The hooker would be cheaper.
It's only the truly top shelf of masturbators.
On that note, we should talk about food.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, we actually had a point to all this.
Well, it's kind of weird that we haven't touched on food. This is episode 75, by the way.
Oh, geez.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it is 75.
Does it count though that some of the other episodes are just random shit you've thrown together?
No, they
It's
count.
recorded, it counts.
Yeah, if it never goes away, so it's gonna count.
It's like an old 80s TV show where they do clip episodes.
Or it's just Ron taking bong rips for 30 solid minutes.
Yeah, well, I'm going to get one
that'd be
for
awesome.
each episode you guys have had, so I'll see if I can get to 75 by the end of today.
By the end of this episode, we're just gonna
Yeah.
see Ron's feet.
I don't know. I was going pretty good last night, and I stayed upright, so.
So we're talking
Hello.
food, and rather than try and pick a food topic, I came up with 10 rapid fire questions to ask.
Okay.
Ready? We'll start with you, Springer. All right. Your favorite cheap meal? Cheap meal, like you're almost embarrassed to be eating it. Cheap meal.
Oh, grilled cheese.
That still takes some work.
Not that much. It ain't that expensive. Are you talking about like cook at home or go out to eat?
Like you're too lazy to even almost get out of bed, but you got to eat something.
Grilled cheese, I guess, or frozen pizzas.
Yeah.
Mr. Chavez?
Ramen and hamburger.
Okay.
50-cent packs and just a little bit of hamburger. I lived off that for 3 months when I was piss poor broke.
Yeah, you've eaten too much of that stuff when you start, like, your sweat smells like the flavor packets.
Oh my god. Oh god.
All right, what about you, Ron?
I would go with the frozen pizzas, too. Actually, that or the ramen, but I think the frozen pizza is even less work, so. That's
That was
usually the
actually,
default.
you stole mine, because mine was going to be, those Totino's party pizzas.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The ones you can fold in half and eat like a taco.
The
God.
crunchiest crust in the world, too.
The
Yep.
fact that they don't have that hack on the back of the box is kind of disappointing.
It's amazing that they don't come with rolling papers, actually.
No, well, if you're eating one of those, you've already used the rolling papers. So
True.
that's one of those where you could eat the box and not be exactly sure which one you were eating. Is this the Totino's or the fucking box?
All right, bar time food, Mr. Springer. Favorite bar time food?
Oh God, what the hell was it back in the day? Chicken fried steak.
Ooh.
Wow, really?
Yeah, when we went to the Country Kitchen on King Street, that was always my jam, was country fried steak, and depending on how hungry I was, maybe pancakes to go with it, with obviously lots of syrup to chug.
The Barn Buster, man. That was everything they had on the breakfast menu all at once.
And it was the best place because they have, back when they kind of regulated smoking in restaurants, they made a smoking section kind of toward the back. It was all closed up except for the doorway, so but you can still have a cigarette and eat your food.
Yeah, because smoke respects that doorway, so it just
absolutely does.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I can't go in the dining room.
Yeah, that was also there was a late night dinner and a show too, just because of all the fights that they used to have.
What was her name? Lucy.
The lady that was the waitress there forever? Kind
of the head waitress. She always sat everybody. I really, it was Lucy.
Oh, hostess.
Hostess, yep. She was kind of the manager too, but she was there. She was like an icon there for the longest time.
And that's a skill too, right? Like seating people in spots to avoid the most trouble. Like, oh no, you guys can't be by that booth. We'll put you.
I always remember she just kind of laughed everybody off when they started. Oh, you're good. You're good. Out of here, kind of thing. So.
All right. What about
a little side note? That restaurant isn't there anymore. Now it's a bank.
Of course.
It's all right.
Oh, that's just sad.
There's no way they could keep going the way they were going at. They started closing at midnight because the bar time stuff just got too.
Oh yeah, it was ridiculous.
Out of hand.
Well, who'd want to work that shit?
Oh, you don't like college kids blew all their money downtown. They weren't tipping. That's for damn sure.
Right. Well, you were making $4 an hour, so I mean, it's worth putting up with all that shit.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're a fan of good fight stories, it was kind of like bum fights, but with college kids and eggs.
Yeah.
All right.
Preppy fights.
I think we all kind of agree on that one, unless you got a variation, Ron, of your bar time food.
No, I think you're right. I think it's a breakfast type.
I will supplemental. Well, working at Coconut Joe's and Politos, they would come over, and any leftover pizzas at the end of the night, they would give them to us.
Oh, I missed out on that.
Yeah, because I always tip the guy like $40, and he gave us 3 boxes of assorted pizzas. So after you get done cleaning and counting money and everything, that was kind of a nice little treat.
Oh shit, yeah. That's just neighborly.
We used to make pizzas at the Mug all the time. We'd go over to that very large convenience store chain that I don't want suing us.
They're a bit litigious, yes.
All right. What's your favorite weird combo of food, like pizza and ranch or something weird like that?
I'll go back to Chavez's ramen noodles thing. I like to do ramen noodles, but punch it up with like curry powder. Then throw in some onions.
There you go.
I mean, you don't want to be anywhere near me during or after, but oh god, I mean, even when I'm sober, god damn it, that's tasty. As I got older, I got more of a taste for like savory shit, like garlic and onions and scallions and all that.
I think that is kind of an old guy thing that you start eating spicier foods just because your taste buds are dumbed down.
Well, not spicier. I just want savory. I just don't have a taste for sugar anymore. I don't. If I eat anything sweet, it's either dark chocolate or like good cheesecakes. But pies, I don't give a fuck. I just want something. I just like savory.
Or
as long as it's not like a salt lick.
Pre-podcast Twix bars.
Knockoff Twix bars.
They make knockoff Twix bars?
Knockoff?
It was something from Hostess, and it basically had peanut butter in it, so it wasn't like super sweet like with the caramel, but the crack or the cookie part was just like eating cardboard.
All right.
Anyways, moving on.
Mr. Chavez, weird food combo. Something that sounds disgusting, but it's actually pretty good.
I used to make the kids for like Sundays when I was a single father. I'd do little weenies, chili, and grape jelly.
Wait, you mix it all together?
Yeah. the chili and the grape jelly really they balance themselves. They're like
they suppose like
but then you just do little weenies and they just eat them as they go.
Ron's thinking about this one really hard right now.
I just as soon as he said little weenies, I just checked out. But I think
How about
okay. That's that's different.
better?
All right, I got.
Welcome to the
mental
Cannibal
picture.
Foods podcast.
Yeah, a whole bunch of little weenies. No, you can always tell when I'm super baked around here because you'll find the potato chips and the bread sitting on the counter because I'll get high and make a potato chip sandwich and sit there and just eat it until it falls all over me.
Doesn't
Dogs
seem
clean it up.
real conducive to cottonmouth, though.
No, but it's that ultra carb load that your totally stoner ass is looking for. It's got crunchy and it sticks in there and yeah.
I heard somewhere that the munchies caused by that are like the weed actually or THC actually putting you into making your body think it's almost in a diabetic state or like you're at a low blood sugar state and that's why you were actually getting the munchies regardless of how much you're continuing to eat.
So I was always told it was the pyloric sphincter at the bottom of the stomach, since weed's a muscle relaxant that is basically opening your stomach, letting everything through. So even if you've just eaten, well, now your stomach's empty, so you gotta go eat again.
You just wanted to say sphincter.
I did, yes.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
Call that a win.
That's weird for us to get all scientific on shit.
Yeah, well, when it comes to weed, I'm bringing science in.
No, it's great. That's elevate the game. That's awesome.
I'd say mine is mashed potatoes and hot sauce.
Yeah.
Kind of white trashy, but when you're really broke, if you're out of ramen, mashed potatoes, hot sauce.
When you're saying like hot sauce, do you mean like Frank's hot sauce? Or you're talking like sriracha?
Like Frank's. Like I still want to. I don't get the people that want to eat stuff that's just melt your face off hot. Like there's no flavor, it's just pain.
Yeah.
That'd be another reason to yet again get a hooker instead.
Jesus Christ.
Right, it's a different burn there.
And we've established a reoccurring theme for this episode.
All right, got that.
Okay.
Speaking of hookers, no, favorite discontinued food you can no longer find anymore.
I'll start. Dried beef.
Dried beef?
Yeah, you can't find that anymore.
You mean jerky?
No, dried. It's dried, legitimately dried beef. Used to have it all the time as a kid when it was like shit on the shingle.
Oh yeah. Shit, the shingle. Yeah, my
Yeah,
dad
so that was what my parents used was the dried beef. They shredded it up. You can only find it. I can only find it one place. None of my vendors have it. So I've had people ask for it for that specific purpose, for like shit on a shingle or anything like that. But I used to have it. Remember having it like at funerals. Aside from the little ham funeral sandwiches, dried beef and little buns, little butter.
I hope we can do a little better at my funeral than dried beef.
It's good. I love dried beef.
Nothing like some funeral ham, man. I tell you what.
What about you, Springer? You got anything?
God, I kind of miss the old Quick Trip thin crust pizzas before they started making them themselves because they were cheaper, but they were actually tastier.
Way better.
Yeah, and I think they had a little more sugar in the sauce, not to make them super sweet, but they weren't just like a salt lick like they are now. Yeah. And they used to sell them like to be like $5 for $10, and then have sales would be like $6 for $10, and I'd load up on them fuckers. And they had like a reasonable amount of toppings on them for a $2 pizza, as opposed to having just a wafer thin amount of cheese and a few little nuggets of meat or pepperoni on them.
Yeah, when the cheese melts and you can still see the fucking sauce underneath. Like,
yeah.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
You gotta cover the sauce. That's all I ask.
There used to be a flavor of Mountain Dew that only existed for like one summer that was made with actual like Rose's lime juice. That one, really? I found that crap. Yeah, I bought that by the case until I couldn't find it anymore. Now they've got, I think the closest thing is the Baja stuff they have at the Taco Bells. But no, I've heard that's being brought back full time now. So that's going to take a big chunk out of Taco Bell's profits because that's really the only reason I would go there. that, and in this tiny ass town, there's only Taco Bell and that gas station that shall not be mentioned that are open. And I think we already did mention it.
Inadvertent.
What about you, Ron? Discontinued food.
The only thing coming to mind is back in the 80s when they came out with Tata Skins. They were kind of shaped like Pringles, but they were thick as fuck.
The chips, yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, you
and
can get those at Menards.
Dude, I have them in my deli.
No way.
Yeah.
All right, so who's making them and what are they called? Where do I find this?
Well,
they actual
Menards
Tata
has
Skins,
the
or-
TGI Fridays one that come in one of the biggest bags I've ever
Okay.
seen.
Yep.
Okay. Fuck.
I can take a picture of it, and because I'm here at the deli right now recording, so I'll take a picture and put it in the chat.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, I thought of one more thing that's discontinued that I used to love. Juicy Lucy Burger.
I was just gonna say that. I figured Mike was gonna say Juicy Lucy's your classic burger.
Well,
I didn't like classic that much, but I fucking love Juicy Lucy's. You
Yeah,
can get a
'cause you
double
could get
bacon cheeseburger for breakfast.
yeah, we're full menu
so good.
all day, and depending on
I
who
think
is
they held
working-
all the burgers in Auju.
Yeah. Which one of us like assholes was working? You could get a couple extras if you said the right code words at the drive-through. Part of the reason they don't exist anymore, I'm sure.
I love a drive-through code word. Bought weed from a drive-through at an Arby's in Madison back in the day. That was great. I don't remember what the code word was, but
We've got
yeah,
the
it-
weeds.
yeah. Hey Lawrence, you got any weed in there? Yeah, pull ahead. Okay.
This is Arby's. What the hell do you think?
All right. Personal or for sale?
I'm pretty sure that's what keeps that Burger King in downtown La Crosse going. Because it sure as shit ain't the food.
I was
Didn't that one
told by
actually
a
get in
friend
trouble?
of Mofo actually after I ate there. He's a health inspector. I brought up eating there once, and he said you actually lived. But that was the one place where I got my voice actually recognized going through the drive-through after an air shift one night, because they used to be open till like 1 or 2 in the morning, and they're like, "Hey, are you that guy from the radio station?" I'm like, yeah, sure. Just don't spit in my food, please.
No, I'm not that guy, but it's 68.
Hold the
152
spit on that
downtown
burger.
La Crosse.
It's for a cop.
You know the one
Yeah.
the one place that's kind of gone way downhill, Coney Island.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we went there a couple weeks ago. The one in the Village, like the hot dogs are smaller. The buns are they're like cardboard. Even by keeping them in the steamer box, fries are just nothing about it is good. It means cut costs so much that it's ridiculously bad.
Is the diarrhea still the same?
Kind of.
Let's say the buns, just kind of soak everything up and become like a internal cork.
Yeah, great. No, I just want to throw that out there. Don't go to Coney Island. Don't go to Coney Island. Now we're gonna get sued.
With
What money?
I seriously doubt they got any lawyers.
Yeah. But you know what's funny is the next topic that I had on for our food extravaganza was food that gave you food poisoning, Todd Springer.
Oh God. Cheap seafood and seafood buffets. One of the sickest times of my life as a kid.
Why would you want to eat seafood buffet?
Because that's where my folks took us, and I was like in elementary school and went to a buddy's house. And I spent all night just blowing chunks.
Oh, see,
It was rough.
when your folks take you there, it's not about quality; it's about value at that point.
Pretty much.
You'd be
What about-
skeptical going in.
When was the last time you got really awful food poisoning, Chavez?
Was it? I think it was Coney Island. Oddly enough, thinking about it now, but it was years. I think it was probably when I was still downtown and just a DJ. I think I ate and had something different other than a hot dog at Coney Island. And
Did you get one of their chicken dishes?
yes, a chicken sandwich or something. Yeah,
Probably undercooked.
like 2 hours later, I just started pork and fiber chunks all over the place. Couldn't figure it out, and I went, "Oh, that's where I got it from." So yeah,
Ron?
The only time I can think of is there was actually a place, a Chinese place that opened up in La Crosse, somewhere down by 3rd or 4th Street. but I can't really say for sure because I might have also drank 19 beers. So, all I know is I haven't eaten sweet and sour chicken in like 23 years because of that. But I can't for sure pin it on the food.
See, mine was actually crab rangoon at a place near Festival in Alaska. There used to be a little buffet there in that strip mall.
Oh, in the strip mall.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but that lady would make crab rangoon like the size of softballs, and that plus alcohol plus driving home over college over the summer ended up with me puking on like nice fresh asphalt as they were laying it out the window of my car. No air conditioning, just and the guy with his little steamroller thing just looked at me like, God damn it.
Like, I didn't try. Fuck.
Wow.
My puke is forever embedded in Highway 173 if you ever want to go see it.
I think we should put a marker up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Nice.
Mikey was here, yeah.
can hit the
Yeah,
Venmo.
let's not have a burial anywhere. They'll just put up a marker.
Yeah, fuck yeah. People be laying flowers out there. They wonder why.
This is we're going really throwback with this one. Okay, when you were a kid, Todd Springer, cafeteria food or did you brown bag it?
So when I was a kid, I went to a parochial school, which explains a lot about why am I fucked up. And that was all lunchbox stuff. And then when we moved to the Crescent, then we went to public school, and then that was cafeteria. And I still remember like the pizza they gave us, like those rectangular things, and then what they called the wagon wheel sandwich, which was some sort of mystery meat.
Dried beef?
No, it was like some sort of like breaded ground thing patty. It could have been pork, could have been chicken. Definitely wasn't beef, but it was just whatever the fuck it was, some kind of protein in theory. But I don't know. I mean, cafeteria was kind of fun. I remember going to UWL, and the cafeteria there was all kinds of shit. And like the chancellor gave the cafeteria some recipe for some hot dish she used to like to make. It actually wasn't half bad.
Is this the same?
Yeah, I mean, I've had a good experience.
Is this Chancellor Gao?
No, way before him. No cream of some old dude. So.
Speaking again of dried beef.
Hey-oh.
Okay, Chavez, brown bagging it or school lunch when you were a kid?
I was school lunch all the way, start to finish. Unless, well, you always got the menu, what it was going to be for the month.
Yep.
You know, so mostly cafeteria, but if there was like something there, you go, yeah, I ain't eating that. I'd pack whatever. I'd make my own lunch and take it. But especially in Spring Grove, where I grew up, when you're in 10th grade, so 10th, 11th, 12th, you could go off, and eat anywhere you wanted to. So at those times, I'd go to the bake, places in Spring Grove that few and far between. But yeah, I'd go there for lunch. But prior to that, yeah, pretty much 99.9.
To date myself, they used to read the cafeteria menus on the AM radio station. That
What?
Yeah, like 30
Wow.
years later, I ended up working there for a very short period of time. But yeah,
That just goes to show how dead your town is. When you're desperate to find anything for on air.
I can tell you right now, there's a 4-hour polka show going on that station right this moment. Every Sunday morning right after church service.
God, I used to have to run a 2-hour polka show back in the day. Seriously, I couldn't tell one fucking song from another. Maybe a real musician could tell the difference in, like chords and modes, but they all sounded the same.
Here's another tuba song at the exact same tempo coming at you.
Ron, were you a brown bagger or were you a cafeteria guy?
Oh no, it was cafeteria straight through. So shout out to reduced price lunches for the poor kids. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, the cool kids had all the like Ecto Cooler and Nutty Bars, and if you had Nutty Bars, you could trade for anything that anybody else had.
Right, it's the high school equivalent of the prison cigarette. It's just, come on, man, give me them Nutty Bars.
And then when Burger King first moved to town, we all got to go out, and it was Whopper Wednesdays where you could get them for $1. and go out and eat those things till you were sick.
I remember our cafeteria had pop machines, but they were turned off during lunch. So if you were in the commons, which is kind of like the elevated study hall, you could drink pop and buy pop the whole fucking time. Wow. But then they turned them off during lunches. Like, okay.
Oh, very quick new bonus topic. Soda or pop?
Oh.
Soda or pop? Is it soda or is it pop?
I was always a pop guy, but in the last few years, I think I've, without trying to, move to soda. I think it just happened. But of course, you've got the old soda pop if you really want to cover your bases.
And me a soda pop.
What kind of soda do you got? Yeah, I think it's soda for me at this point.
Yeah, it usually is for me.
It's like same as gas on the car or in the car.
That's why I loved working at a
Same
gas
thing.
station, man. When I was in high school working at a little tiny gas station, asking people if they had gas was the best part of my day. All right, favorite fast food. Fast food item, let's say. Burgers, fries, chicken.
It's always going to be a burger. And it's
I never
usually-
really find good, flavorful, juicy ones. Most of them are shit.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
original chicken sandwich at Burger King.
Yeah, that's a solid choice.
Original, it's that elongated processed chicken.
It's that
A
pressed
piece of
log
lettuce
of
and some mayo.
unnatural.
it's that pressed 2x4 of chicken that they just cut into
Something
pieces.
about it, man. Or it's like a Culver's burger,
Oh yeah, well that's
I used to love
That's it.
Culver's,
That's
but the last
right
few
where I was
times I've
going.
had it's been a disappointment.
Really? I put them on the list. I don't think I've ever had a disappointing meal from a Culver's. They've always delivered.
It's
One of the rare places.
If they're busy, then there's going to be issues.
No,
See, I
even
worked
the
at
one.
a Domino's actually with one of our cooks' dad owned a Culver's, and that always seemed like kind of a weird conflict of interest.
Hedging your bets.
I've got chefs. I mean, Todd would know who I'm talking about, but the chefs at a certain cafe, their favorite is Culver's. Like, the owner loves Culver's. During an event one day, back window of his vehicle, there was like a little bit of snow on it, going, "I love Culver's," and it was parked at the cafe.
Nice.
Yeah, there's
Right.
something about it. That Butterburger, man.
Yeah, we've got 7 people on my podcast, and they're spread all over the country. And Culver's has come up like 12 times. Like the people that can't get it freak out about it. It's crazy.
Is that a nationwide chain now, or
No.
just like regional?
No, it's more
There's
regional.
weird spots. Like
Yeah.
there's some in Idaho. There's some. I think my dude in Vegas said he can't find one. He's got to drive a ways. But
There
there's-
is one in Texas, I know. But
I
I
say
thought part of it was
Arizona,
kind of
too.
the reason they do with In-N-Out Burger, why it's just a West Coast thing, is because they never want to have to freeze their ingredients.
Yeah.
So unless they can truck them there without having to freeze them, they don't open a franchise from their supplier.
The only other thing I'll say for item is Taco John's potato olays.
Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
We're gonna-
whatever it is, they must put crack in them, but they're so good and crunchy.
I think it's pretty much just seasoning salt.
Bowery seasoned
Probably,
salt.
probably.
Yeah.
Air fry them and put some on there. Fuck, you're high. You won't know the difference.
All right, now we're gonna wrap up, but this one you can think about for a little bit. Last meal. Last meal. This isn't like old folks' last meal where you can only like gum your food. This is like 5 minutes from now. They're about to throw the switch on your ass. And what's your last meal?
Well, if we want to be a real asshole, a whole lot of chili.
See,
There's a lot to clean up afterwards. I know they like to put diapers on them, but it can only hold so much.
that was gonna be mine. Was either an entire jar of unpopped popcorn kernels for an electric chair, or like a 5-gallon bucket of mac and cheese, extra oily. I want to make a mess or explode when I go out. Those are my 2 goals.
That popcorn thing's tight.
Yeah.
Consider that. Just funnel it down.
See, if there's any impressionable youth listening to this, don't try this with any animals, please.
I want to eat a whole bunch of
You
Mentos
do.
and then
Take
drink a
video.
Coke.
Final meal, Mentos and Coke. Yeah.
Oh,
Don't do it. But if you do,
we want proof.
yeah,
This is why I'm not a dad. It's probably a good thing.
I am a dad.
I can tell you exactly what not to do, but I can't tell you what to do in the right situation.
You want to climb that tree? Don't do it. But if you do, this is what's going to happen.
Try not to fall on your head.
Yeah,
Well, Chavez, your kids are all grown up, right? They all still
they're all adults. Yes.
they all have their fingers and toes and all their appendages.
Yeah, they made it through pretty well.
Nobody's got an eye patch.
No.
Well, to be fair,
Yeah, good. There you go. Good job being a dad.
So, what does it say about my parents? I had 2 broken arms, messed up knee, and what else? Some other stuff. But they just went, go. Because when you're in Spring Grove, you can't get in much trouble when you're in Spring Grove other than...
Something you do to yourself.
Yeah.
Through stupidity. Which
Unless you rolled on to Iowa to tear some shit up.
I mean, that was when I once had a driver's
yeah,
license.
I don't think our parents had any clue really where we were 90% of our summer days. Just as long as we came back, and that was pre-Amber Alert, it was just mom screaming out the front window of the house. Just when you heard all 3 names, first name, middle name, last name, you knew you were kind of fucked then.
As long as you didn't come back to interrupt either their sleeping or their humping, everything was fine.
Oh, I just had a visual.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Tom.
Way to end the food in this episode.
No.
Wait a minute. We got to get Chavez's last meal.
I
Ron, you can
mean,
think
aside
about
from
yours.
being just disrespectful to the, when they flip the switch. I mean, my final meal would be probably brisket and shrimp or something like that, with some gnocchi.
Something that smells
Nice.
really, really good, so all the other inmates are just pissed off at you when you get.
No, but that's a big full meal. I mean, you're going to be full.
Well, they're gonna flip the switch in 5 minutes later. What the fuck does it matter?
Right.
Yeah.
Indigestion, shit.
I'll just shove it down until I can't do anything. I'm like, all right, just take me. Fucking feel
You
like
don't have to worry about constipation then.
just kill me now anyway. I'm so
Right. What if I just have a stroke from all this butter while I'm sitting right there?
Well, yeah,
Save
if you're
me the
not worried
work.
about constipation, you just eat a block of cheese and just sit there and stare the guy down while you're eating it. Like, don't ever break eye contact while you're.
cheese and raisins.
Stare him down. I just eat a quarter stick of butter slowly. I'm afraid to die.
All right, Ron, what's yours?
Well, it's funny that you should mention this because we've actually covered this on my aforementioned podcast, which I'm terrible at plugging. So anybody listening, you can find the Outsider Social Club, and it's on the Half-Assed Podcast Network. And we do things like this. And now, on Radio Mofo, we reveal Ron's last meal. And it's actually like a 2-inch steak cooked to perfection with a large side of cocaine. That's
Nice.
And then you do whatever the fuck you need to me.
So what you're saying is if the chair doesn't kill you, the cocaine probably will.
Like, come on, let's go. Let's get to that chair. Why are you walking so slow, asshole?
I'm tired.
No, I
of
finally
standing.
understand that neon sign behind your head.
Ah, yes, the Outsider Social Club. You're on the
Okay.
Half-Assed Podcast Network.
So do we dare next week? We got 2 minutes. Do we dare do a Valentine's Day episode?
Oh, you fucking masochist.
About what? I mean, what are we talking? I mean,
I'm just saying,
I don't
we
know.
got
2 married
Valentine's
guys
Day.
and 2 single guys. What are we going to talk about?
There's no football next week at all, so we might as well.
Isn't the Pro Bowl next weekend?
Who cares? It's flag
Exactly.
football.
Yeah.
It's still flag football.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
How about we
So
talk on it? How about we sleep on it this week?
we'll have what's called a group conscience.
You know, we've done the feats of failure stuff before. Maybe we should actually have stories of success, which I know are few
Oh,
and
whatever,
far
Todd.
between.
Shut the fuck
I don't
up.
think you're getting any of those from this crew,
God,
though.
that's not interesting radio.
We'd have to farm that out.
I
Have
know.
you guys ever done one
I
successfully?
didn't say it would be
haven't.
good. I'm just saying it'd be a change of pace.
Well, no, it would. I'm just saying I don't think a single one of us has got a success story between us. I could be wrong here, but
If there were any,
Fine,
if
fine,
there were
figure
any,
it
all my
out.
head injuries have wiped them out. So there was a time when I had hopes and dreams,
Have to get some females on here and see if they've ever actually had a guy successfully do one. Because maybe it's not just us. Maybe it's all of it.
Yeah,
All
Mike,
right,
you just need to get all those ladies on and just do a show with all of them, instead of having the sausage fest, have a claim thing.
We'll break up into
We have
4.
less than a minute before they cut us off.
We'll break up into 4 parts. We will reassimilate next week with female companions in the form of Radio Mofo for our Valentine's Day episode.
Fantastic.